Good evening, everyone. We have today with us Mr. Surendra Tipparaju, Senior Director at Microsoft. Outside Microsoft, he is also volunteer with IEEE. Mr. Surendra Tipparaju wants to marry human and technology, and his areas of interest are data analytics and artificial intelligence. Sir, it's pleasure to have you with us today. So, sir, I would like to ask you what motivated you to join Microsoft and what actually inspired you to become the senior director at Microsoft?
So it's more than a motivation. Actually, it's kind of exploration, I would say. I basically started my career as a techie person. Okay, towards the technology and implementation of the technology was always my passion. And if you look at the various companies over the years, one of the companies which really made a lot of dent in the market with respect to the products, with respect to innovation, with respect to the kind of impact it has made worldwide, Microsoft comes first. Microsoft was first company. The founder Bill Gates imagined that a machine, which is PC, has to be there on every desk at every home. And it didn't make any sense in the beginning. Why would somebody have a PC at home? But his vision was much into the future, seeing that a PC, which can do a lot of things with the computing power, with the storage, can do a lot of enablement of individual potential by having access to the technology. He looked at that vision, and really I got attached to that kind of a vision. And I was always looking for uh, getting into at least associated with certain people and some core engineering teams from company like Microsoft. I had my own journey in terms of starting with a tech geek in technical developer and technical manager in various companies, and I had my own startup, by the way, on the mobile space. And after a couple of years of running, I was looking for a career change, and then it so happened I had a, because I was keep on looking at what Microsoft is doing, what kind of products. I used to do their kind of read about their product catalogs and all that. So that helped me actually associate with a couple of friends inside Microsoft. And it so happened when I was in US, I was planning to come back to India, and I had one thing: I will come back to India only if it is in the place where I was born, which is Hyderabad. And it so happened Microsoft established in Hyderabad, and my common friends referred, and I had a good discussion, and that's how I'm in Microsoft. So that's a dream come true. One is you look for some role model or a role model company, and then you get an access to that, and then you get to join that company, and that's about the dream portion of it. What's really keeping me going even after 16 years, day in day out of Microsoft, is it's not a very bureaucratic, like big large company. Even though more than uh, 1.5 lakh people work for Microsoft worldwide, I would say it's like 10,000 conglomeration of small startup companies of 8 to 10 people. That's the culture. So every individual get a voice. Every team has a access to the best of the technology and options to grow. And growing into a senior director was not a design; it just happened. You just work every day on your ideas, work with the best people, because Microsoft has a very rigor recruitment process. So everybody goes
Of
through 8 to 10
course.
rounds of interviews and all. There, the philosophy of Microsoft is not the fitment to the role, but fitment to the company, fitment to the culture. Once you fit in, they can change the roles, they can like take different projects. So that's the beauty of it. Even today, There is a lot to learn in the company. Even today, I feel like naive about a couple of things, and every day look forward for learning. That's the kind of a company, and that's the kind of a culture Microsoft gives, and that's what I admire about it.
Of course, sir, I'll completely agree with you. Like technology is like flourishing day by day, and for us humans, we have to go along with technology if we have to flourish as well. Because now everyone, even a small child, have to carry a laptop with him or her because of COVID that happened. So everyone has their online sessions. So I mean, yeah, technology plays a great role in our lives. So we have to be developed with the technology as well. And of course, as you mentioned, Microsoft is a dream company for a lot of students. And just not a dream, a lot of them are seriously working to crack that 8 to 9 rounds of the interview to just get in that company, sir. So, of course, I completely agree. So, my next question would be, sir, can you like just tell me about some of your projects that you lead during your work at Microsoft?
So my portfolio has been into analytics. We have different product groups working on various products and services, and we also work with a lot of customers. And the unique thing is, when we work with customers, customers have a very unique scenario, and then we have a lot of products and services. How to bring both so that this technology can actually help the customers. That's the basic objective. Okay. In that space, there could be application development, there could be infrastructure development, and there is opportunity to really enhance the portfolio of that company, of the customer, through deep insights which you can harvest through data, which is analytics. And with the advancement of analytics, you can put artificial intelligence and then enable the automation within the company to make better decisions. So I had data and AI group in Microsoft as a technology leader. I have a team of very senior architects as a part of the team, and Microsoft generally has a design, has a product development, okay, and a consulting development. I am part of the consulting, Microsoft Consulting, where we work with worldwide customers, looking at their unique challenges, unique business processes, and how Microsoft can help in terms of the transformation. That's my portfolio.
Okay, of course, satisfying customer is the biggest challenge, and we have like various kinds of needs for the customers, and to meet that is like a challenge for a company.
Yes.
But I see Microsoft is doing that, completing their challenges by fulfilling everyone's needs. So I mean, yeah, data analytics, if you say that, that plays a great role for Microsoft.
Absolutely.
So, if talking about artificial intelligence, what is your thought on artificial intelligence, and how can it impact the industry?
So as I was sharing today morning in the session also, what's happening is every industry, okay, is looking forward for technology support in terms of enhancing their services, building their portfolio, improving their products. Usually, how that happens earlier, if you don't have, let's say, no analytics, no AI, nothing, it used to be a very long driven process. You release a product, sometimes it fails, sometimes it succeeds. So, you basically release a product, you put all your efforts and count on the luck piece, it succeeds. But no more the case. You have a lot of access how the people are using the product, when are they using, what is the demography of the people in that region, why so and so product is attracted, so why so and so product is not very attractive, what is the sentiment when the people are using, what are the sharing on the web, because everybody has an access to mobility, everybody has access to internet.
Right.
Okay, so that has given a kind of a feedback loop for the companies. The companies which are perceptible to this feedback loop, who are consciously listening to that feedback, can really derive a lot of insights. Okay, and that is where is the foundation for the analytics and artificial intelligence. So, no matter which industry it is, okay, IT industry, non-IT industry, mechanical, transportation, healthcare, retail, supply chain, no matter what, artificial intelligence is going to be embedded part and parcel of our life. Okay. Sometimes you may consciously realize it, sometimes you may not realize it.
Of course.
How many times we realize that when you are like charting a course to go somewhere with Google Map, there is a lot of AI services that is happening. How many times we have realized that when you're typing a document in a Microsoft Word, there is a lot of AI services behind which is helping in formatting that and bringing out the best output of that document.
Right.
So, AI is going to be part and parcel of every phase, every industry, and every aspect of our life. And somebody who is embracing this consciously is going to have tremendous amount of opportunity in terms of the career, in terms of entrepreneurial journey, and in terms of growing the bottom line. But somebody who doesn't basically look these clues is bound to lose the market, bound to lose the opportunity, and probably may not able to survive. So the people with AI is going to replace people without AI. Okay. Yeah.
I recall this thing that human resource, if we talk about that, now it also involves AI and analytics in that. Like it's so easy to, screen the people and have their databases in just one go, which was very complicated earlier.
Yes.
Like who can ever think that human resource can have data intelligence and you can just screen people in like few seconds. So I mean, completely agree that AI plays a great role now in every industry and everywhere.
It basically brings the productivity to every person.
Yes, right. Time
So
saving.
never think that AI is going to take over everything.
Hmm.
Always the goal of this technology is to enhance the productivity of the person. So that has to be the operational mode where one can leverage AI in terms of improving one's productivity. So, for example, screening resumes.
Right.
Some 5-6 years back or 10 years back, for one job there used to be maybe 100 resumes, which is humanly possible. But with the amount of exposure with LinkedIn, with so many forums,
Exactly.
for one job, if you get 10,000 resumes, humanly impossible. That's where you leverage AI.
Exactly. I completely agree with that. So, going forward, nowadays data privacy and security is one of the greatest challenges that we are
Absolutely,
facing.
absolutely.
So, how do you think Microsoft is addressing these concerns?
Very good question. In fact, Microsoft is 100% committed in terms of the data privacy. Any product that is getting released or any customer project which we work on, any services that develops, one of the most important aspect is the data privacy and security of the data. And there is in terms of the whole process of the product development and the services development, the security is by design. Every aspect of that security is ensured through a strict design process, to architectural process, through implementation standards, and then basically with the quality reviews, especially on the intrusion detection, hacking detection, the algorithmic structure, the kind of uh, the workflows that has been built. Are there any kind of loose ends? So this is all part and parcel of it. At no point of time, without any security assessment, no product is ever released. And there is a constant monitoring also that happens even when the product is out. Is there any vulnerabilities, okay, on the product itself? And it is non-negotiable entity within Microsoft, and there is lot of focus and emphasis in order to ensure this privacy and security. Everything we touch upon. Bottom line, that's it.
So, this concludes that Microsoft is looking towards the privacy concern about the customers.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So,
It starts with day one. Right from the first contact with the customer, first thing we emphasize is on the privacy and security, and then get into the rest.
that is the point where you attract a lot of customers when you respect their privacy.
Yes.
So, as you yourself told me that networking is very great. So, collaborating on a larger aspect is also very helpful for any industry or any MNC. So, can you tell me about any recent partnership or any acquisition which Microsoft has done like recently that has helped them a lot?
Oh, a lot. Actually, there is two ways in terms of growth. One is you develop your products and services within, and also you constantly look out at the market trends, identify what's happening in the market. If there is an innovation that is happening out there, you partner with them to collaborate with them to get on board with them and grow. So one of the largest acquisition which you can think of is LinkedIn.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Microsoft like
Okay, so we
basically
are collaborating with
looked at
LinkedIn,
the
right?
potential of LinkedIn. What more asset you can think about than having access to the people worldwide, right? Okay, the people having sharing their profiles, sharing their experiences, sharing their innovations. That's a platform. If it is on the Microsoft, what more you can ask for? So that's one of the most powerful acquisition I can think of.
Right, like LinkedIn is like recently very
Yes.
much we can see around, like
Yes.
it is used more than Facebook nowadays. People wake up in the morning and just see LinkedIn, go through that, oh, what's
Yeah.
happening, what's connecting, what's
Yeah.
happening around
Yeah.
us. Even if we management students here, any students in our country university, they're like LinkedIn active.
Yes.
First thing you have to do is like wake up and see the LinkedIn profiles.
Yes.
So of course that one of your strongest partnership that
Yes.
I agree as well.
Yes.
So, for moving forwarding with this only, as you say, collaboration, networking, world is very big. So, what Microsoft is doing for diversity and inclusion?
So diversity and inclusion, I wouldn't say it's a separate practice as such. So as I was saying, the whole company culture is like 10,000 startups with a small teams of 8 to 10 people or four, that's how the culture is. And the by design itself, those teams have the diversity embedded, and everybody will get a voice in that space, and it is basically driven as a culture. Okay, we have a strong allyship within the teams to share with each other, and there is no matter what, I mean, our teams are diverse in nature, both from the cultural background, from the language background, from the location background. They are from multiple places, multiple locations, and all. And the beauty of that is that gets embedded as a part of whatever product we are developing, because once you get diverse opinions and diverse ideas and diverse insights, that's where is the product will get adopted.
Exactly.
And that is why you see the the adoption rate of Microsoft products basically certifies that how much Microsoft is focused on diversity and inclusion. Okay, and in fact, in last couple of years, there is a specific focus to grow women leaders within the company, and we have seen tremendous set of growth in terms of the people growing in the roles and really bringing excellent portfolio and excellent ideas to the customers, to the products. Yeah.
Of course, if we move back towards 10 years back, there was not much diversity. People were like restricted to their locations. But if we see now, every organization, I guess, have diverse people within
Yes.
them. And from that only, of course, you have new products relevant because you're already getting diverse people needs there only.
Yes. Yes.
So you are getting their feedbacks already in there
Absolutely.
only.
It's,
You are
it's,
getting
it's
their
part and
taste.
parcel of
Exactly.
the philosophy and culture of Microsoft.
And of course, if you have a great teamwork, then your productivity is higher
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
same time. Of course. So my last question to you would be: can you tell me about briefly about any new product that Microsoft is currently working on, or any new development that Microsoft has right now?
So, I mean, Microsoft has a very large portfolio. We are working on multiple technologies. So, the way it works is basically on the product side, there is a very focused market driven research that basically fuels the product evolution. At the same time, Microsoft is very much embraced with open source technologies and the latest happenings that is happening, that is trending in the markets. So they are constantly looking at it. So one of the key areas with Microsoft is very much focused is to bring the best of the innovation like artificial intelligence into every product which Microsoft is bringing, product or services. Recently, if you look at the OpenAI, ChatGPT, cognitive intelligence, and ability for providing more than one interface to interact with products. For example, keyboard was the only access to the PCs, right?
Right.
If you would have recently used Office or any of the Microsoft products, keyboard is not the only access. You have a dictation with a voice enablement. Okay, you have a gesture.
Right.
You have a handwriting recognition. You have basically free hand flow, okay, which will convert to text, or you can put your free hand flow and still ability to search. For example, you can have a free handwriting, retain the content as is in that format, and still have an ability to search. Okay, so these are all the innovations that is happening within the Microsoft to bring multiple modes of interface, no matter as you are touching upon diversity, right? No matter which background, which kind of format you wanted to interact with, the technology should adapt to the person, not the person has to adapt to the technology. That's the philosophy
Right.
which we are working on.
I mean, this will save so much of their efforts and will increase so much of their productivity while they are working.
Absolutely.
Like, it will not be like, I have to do this. This is a lot. I can't do this. That will be saving their a lot of efforts. And of course, when you mentioned OpenAI, ChatGPT, that is like one of the so much so using AIs right now. Like
Yes.
every student might have known about that.
Yes, yes.
Of course, that is one of that.
Yeah. They recently announced that Microsoft will be opening up the Azure platform, Azure computing power for bringing in this open AI
Okay.
into Azure platform, so that it has access to the computing, storage, and networking, all the power of Azure
Okay.
to the ChatGPT.
I mean, that will help a lot of students. That I know, that will help a lot of students there. So thank you so much, sir, for having us to have this little conversation that was really fruitful. And I hope to see you again. And I hope that I can talk like this with you again sometime soon. But it was really a pleasure having you, sir. And it was my honor to have you as my interview today. So it was really great meeting you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thanks to Woxsen. Thanks to you for having me here. A wonderful day. Okay, worth the time. Especially interacting with students with a session, in a formal session, interacting with the faculty, and then the campus, beautiful campus. And during the process, I had an opportunity to talk to your students. They're very, very kind of energetic and
Enthusiastic,
very
very.
much attached to the campus.
Very
in
much,
terms of-
sir. Everyone
so
is
that's
like
the
that.
beauty of it, right? Okay, it's not just like done something and you basically leverage, but they are actually committed in terms of
Exactly.
leveraging this. So thanks for having me, and
you,
looking forward for more such sessions in future.
Sure, sir. Looking forward to see that as well. Thank you so much.